live like that, live like that, live like that, live like that.
Hello everybody, Gerald here, and I have my computer. That means that I'm going to be breaking down some vocal arrangement for you guys. Specifically, I'm going to be talking about Disconnecting Live Like That I am writing here on the beginning board.
If I were to be honest, I've been disconnecting.
I realized that this is going to be a large topic, so I'm going to talk about the first part of arranging and about raw recording the vocals, getting the nuances and getting the recording right, and then talking about the mixing, talking about the panning and all of those different types of things that I'm going to be doing in order to make it sound good. So why don't we get right to it? Disconnecting is a very, very, it started out very sentimental, and I think it's still very sentimental. However, we started to get a lift in the groove because of the instrumental that I've built. So the first goal for me, of course, is to get the lead vocal out. So what I did is I sang just a regular lead, and in fact, I actually didn't sing the lead yet. What I decided to do was actually record the melody of the chorus.
If I were to be honest, I've been disconnecting. Said yes to the emotions I have been processing. All the ways you've been hurting me are settling in, and I don't want to live like that, live like that, live like that, live like that.
One of the things that I do when I'm recording vocals is that I like to layer vocals. So what I decided to do is I decided to record 5 of me singing the melody for the chorus.
If I were to be honest, I've been disconnecting. Said yes to the emotions I have been processing.
The reason why I'm going to be recording 5 is to first of all just have options. If I don't like one of the takes, I can take out one and replace it for another. But also, I'm going to be creating a stereo effect. I'm going to be making a choir of O'Neills around the headset when I am mixing. So I want to have all of the materials that I need for that. One of the things I was thinking about in Disconnecting was something I mentioned when I was writing the song originally, writing the chorus. I wanted to disconnect the word disconnecting.
Disconnecting.
Then when I got to processing, it needed to be the same. Been processing.
Been processing.
And then when I got to all the ways you've been hurting me, I decided to connect it. All the ways you've been hurting me are settling in.
All the ways you've been hurting me are settling in.
It's kind of like an answer to the first 2 lines that were there, and it also sets things up for the live like that part. Now, I echoed that by singing it in my falsetto.
If I were to be honest, I've been disconnecting.
Now, one thing about my falsetto is that I have to really work hard to expand, to not allow the sound just be all very scrunched and thin, but I want to try and drop my larynx a bit in order to, and I sound a little bit like Elmo or somebody. Oh, that's Mickey Mouse, right? So both of those lines together sounded a little bit like this.
If I were to be honest, I've been disconnecting. Said yes to the emotions I have been processing.
I'm keeping all of those nuances. I'm keeping everything the same. Nothing we're trying to get all of the inflections right. I wasn't perfect in that, but getting the inflections right, getting the cutoffs right. When I'm finishing words, when I'm accentuating words, when I'm swelling, everything has to be the same. So now that we've got the melody, I wanted to harmonize around the words disconnecting, processing, and then start to get to live like that. So when I got to disconnecting, I wanted it to feel a little bit scrunched, a little bit dissonant. So I think it was 3 parts that I put in there.
Disconnecting, 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 disconnecting.
All of them together sounded like
disconnecting.
And then we put that along with the rest of the chorus, and we got,
if I were to be honest, I've been disconnecting.
And then for processing, I wanted it to be, because we have a lot of a cluster in disconnecting, I wanted processing to kind of feel a little bit freer. So I just did a run that I I'm surprised that I got the run, but 4 times over in my falsetto and in my modal voice, I was getting this run. Processing. Yeah, sing, O'Neill. And one wonderful thing about that is also I let the vibrato ring on the end. Because it was an even line, I didn't think the vibrato was going to clash. So I decided, you know what, let's let the vibrato ring. And that brings us to Live Like That.
Live like that, live like that, live like that, live like that.
I had already thought of a call and response line for the first one. That, and then a little bit of a run on the end. Yeah. And to respond to that harmony, I decided to have something also that was on the downbeat that would come a little bit later in the chorus.
Whoa.
And again, I let the vibrato ring. And then just a little bit of a ha 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 in 2-part harmony. And then just a little bit of along that to kind of bring in, or it's kind of like a glue to bring everything together. And then everything together sounded like yeah, okay. So that's what it sounded like, pretty raw. Nothing was really mixed, nothing was really taken care of. But if you go to my Patreon, I've actually already put the mixed version of these vocals and the mixed and the arranged version of these vocals in my Patreon. My Patreon is a place where I get to share a little bit more content with you, go a little bit deeper, and we're slowly building our community there. So for $5 a month, I encourage you to become a patron at patreon.com/O'NeillGerald. But for those of you that are not necessarily ready to become a patron, next week on the beginning board, I'm going to be talking about mixing these background vocals that I just did, and it's going to be absolutely awesome. I encourage you, if you have not yet already considered, please subscribe to this channel, because this is the place where we think deeply to create art that changes the world. And I'll see you later on the beginning board. Bye, everyone.
If I were to be honest, I've been disconnecting. Said yes to the emotions I have been processing. All the ways you've been hurting me are settling in, and I don't want to live like that, 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 live like that.